get stressed and then you drink. If you drink and then you overeat, then you stay up late because your stomach hurts. You stay up late because your stomach hurts. You sleep in later because
Mm,
you got bad sleep. You wake up later. Now you're rushing to get to work and you're driving crazy and you're stressed on the freeway. You're stressed on the freeway. You're not paying attention. It's
mhm.
there's triggers and kind of cause effects that go down the line from that one decision. All right, we're out. I got so many comments on this whole jazz rendition. Tell you that right now. As we're talking about things to let go of, you can let go of that one right there. No more jazz.
Oh,
Oh man,
gotta switch it up
you know,
sometimes.
but it's possible that they didn't even hear that because you were very low.
Yeah, well, you're welcome, apparently.
Oh man. Okay, so Queen, I want to get into what are some old habits that you have that you fall back on when you're stressed,
Mm.
right? So when you're stressed in life, when you're stressed in entrepreneurship, stressed in your relationship, whoever you're in a relationship with, got her. What are some things that you fall back on when you're stressed? So I have one for sure. I have a few, but for me, watching smack rap battles was something that I did a lot in college, and literally hours
Mm.
would go by watching just rap battle after rap battle. Shout out to Sam. We used to watch those together. But yeah, this hours would go by, and I liked it because it was so creative.
Mhm.
You can be in your own space. It's lyrical. You get connected with culture. There's a lot of really dope, I think, dynamics going on with rap battles. But in 2021, last year, I said, for the entire year, I'm not watching a single rap battle.
You did
And
it.
I didn't. 2021, didn't watch a single rap battle. Man, let's go. But so much time I thought was being saved
Mhm.
because before in 2020, I would watch rap battles while I did work,
Mm.
right? Impossible to do.
Yes.
Literally impossible. I was like, oh yeah, I'll just have it on as background noise.
Multitask.
I'll multitask while I write this email, while I create this proposal, while I think about this video, and I'll just have this in the background. The best part about rap battles is you need to be paying attention because
Right.
it's like the faces, it's the timing, it's the crowd. So long story short, a lot of stuff wasn't getting done on time, right? So 2021 said no rap battles. I watched my first rap battle last week.
Okay.
I had to. I was stressed. I was stressed, y'all. A lot of stuff going on. I watched two rap battles. They're about an hour each. And then I stopped. But that was one of the actions that I do to revert to when I'm stressed,
Mhm.
right? I want to kind of distract myself from what's going on. I want to be able to go into another reality. And that helps me not be stressed in the moment. So I did revert to some old behaviors and I watched two rap battles, but now I'm off the horse again. Okay. Cold turkey, I'm off. All right. But for you, Queen, when you are stressed, when you may feel overwhelmed, what's a behavior or a habit that you see yourself, or maybe you have to either you're fighting it right now or
Mhm.
you're continuing to do it that you fall back on when you're stressed?
I feel like it's like needing that time at the end of the day to kind of like escape. So I feel like before we did it usually with like a margarita or a glass of wine and swerve swerve. And I feel like it's very easy, especially when you've got a lot going on, to be like get it at the end of the day and you still got all these thoughts in your head, you still got all these things that you didn't do that I got to do this tomorrow, and to not have that time at the end of the day that you're used to, right? That time to just like, oh, let me take my mind off of it for a second. Which there are other ways to do that, right? Than
Mm,
just drinking alcohol.
yeah.
But that was what we were used to, and so I think sometimes I find myself fighting that,
Mm,
like, oh, and for that and for celebration reasons,
yeah.
fighting that, like, okay, I got a lot going on, man. I would really love a glass of wine right now.
Yeah.
But trying to kind of switch my mindset from like, okay, then take an extra meditation today. That I know that that kind of calms me down. So I did that this morning. I didn't. I wanted to like get up and like get right to work because that's where my mind was at. But I was still very intentional about like going on my walk. I came back. I did my meditation because I felt that anxiousness a little bit. Um, so yeah, and that did help right afterwards. I did kind of feel better. I felt at ease and I was able to I had a lot of clarity after that meditation session. And I was like,
Small clarity.
I did some brainstorming. I was like, okay, I feel good, and then I
Yeah.
after that I was able to really attack my to-do list. But yeah, I think turning to a nice alcoholic beverage at the end of the night is one of my habits.
Yeah. And I feel like that's I don't know if it's American because I feel like that's worldwide at
Yeah.
this point, but I feel like alcohol and other substances and even food has been that thing of when I'm stressed, I'm going to consume something.
Mhm.
So if that is, something that you're seeing in your own lifestyle, think about, okay, why do I do this? Does it actually help long term?
Right.
And then what might be a switch, right? A swap. We talk about swaps with food all the time, healthy swaps. What's
Mhm.
maybe a healthier swap that you can do instead of watching the rap battle, Devon? What's something else that you can do to help relieve your stress? Is it some meditation? Is it 5 minutes of reading? Is it doing 5 minutes of the tuning fork, which is really good stuff, by the way? Is it stretching? Is it walk around the block? Like there's tons of other things that I know I can be doing in order to relieve my stress. So, you know, reverted back a little bit, but
I
I
had
was
a
able
glass of
to.
wine. I had 2 glasses of wine
You
too.
did.
But I felt the reason why I was semi proud of myself is because I didn't do it when I wanted to do it on Saturday,
Mhm.
which was the kind of celebratory one. I was like, I had a good week and I want a glass of wine. And we talked through it and was like, oh, you
Yeah.
don't want to set the precedent that that's what you do because the next week when you also have a good week, you're gonna want that. I was like, yeah. So didn't drink it on Saturday night, but then on Sunday I was like, it's the start of my birthday week. I'm drinking wine. So I let loose a little bit.
Turn up quick.
Sure enough.
Turn up.
I was like, that's gonna be the reason. We're gonna chalk it up to the birthday.
Yeah.
And I'm
Um,
having another one on Friday.
I'm sure you have a few on Friday. Yes, celebrate, Quinn. Do you think? But that connects to this book that's behind us. Oop, right here. Hello. That
Product
wasn't,
placement.
yeah, it wasn't 100% on purpose, but that book is always there and I knew it was always there. But Atomic Habits by James Clear. Here he talks about triggers and
Hmm.
habit stacking, right? But in a positive way. So let's say you want to lose weight, so you want to start walking or running every single day. You start off by saying, okay, I'm gonna wake up in the morning at 5 o'clock, at 7 o'clock, at 8 o'clock. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put on my shoes.
Hmm.
The second thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go outside, I'm gonna lock the door behind me. And then after you've put on your shoes, you've locked your door, you've left your house. At that point, you're going to walk, you're going to run, right? It's the triggers and the habit stacking. But it works the opposite way in the negative way as
Hmm.
well,
Hmm.
right? If you get stressed and then you drink, if you drink and then you overeat, then you stay up late because your stomach hurts. You stay up late because your stomach hurts. You sleep in later because
Mm.
you got bad sleep. You wake up later. Now you're rushing to get to work and you're driving crazy and you're stressed on the freeway. You're stressed on the freeway. You're not paying attention. It's
Hmm.
there's triggers and kind of cause effects that go down the line from that one decision. So if you can just kind of change your decisions up the food chain, right? Up that trigger train and trigger train,
Trick or train. Hey,
trick or
a trick or
treat.
trick.
But if you can again just alter those habits ever so slightly at the beginning, you can then change a whole series for the entire day. And then of course we know that the day feeds into the week, feeds into the month, feeds into the year, feeds into your life. So I know that kind of seems like, oh man, everything's from that one little action. Kinda
Yeah.
with habits, with things that you're doing on a consistent basis, because we get stressed every every day,
Yeah.
every week, right? So how you respond to that stress will literally, I think, impact your life. Queen, go ahead.
I told I told a client like if you know what your triggers are to like when I get stressed I always do this thing. So if you go to that liquor cabinet and you grab that bottle of wine like put something there to remind you
Mm,
to do something else instead.
Mm,
right? If you, I mean, depends on how drastic you want to go. You could put a little sticky note that's like think twice, or with some eyeballs on. There's something,
yeah.
something that's just like something that makes you think twice, right? Because sometimes it is so reactive. It's automatic. You're not even thinking about it because that's what you normally do. So if you just make something, put something in that just makes you think twice, you're more likely to like, okay, yeah, you're right. All right, let me not do that.
Mhm.
So I think that's just a little hack. That like if you know you always go to the ice cream drawer or to the liquor cabinet or whatever it is to this certain to the TV to watch something, like put something there that
Yeah.
makes you think twice about what you're doing and making sure that it right if that's what you really want to do, then go for it. But at least you've thought twice and you're intentional about it.
Boom. There it is. All right. So think about that. Next, slight pivot, but still on the same route. What are things that you currently do that you think are helpful for your goal? Right? You think, oh yeah, I'm doing this, and this is gonna get me exactly where I need to be, but may not be.
Mm,
Right? Either they may not be, or you have a feeling like it may not be the right thing to do, but you still do it anyway because it's just a part of the routine,
mhm.
right? So I'll go first, and then the queen can hop on in. Why are you smiling like that? First off,
'Cause you're handsome.
it's a good answer. First off, always a great answer. Okay, well done. But I had a course that I think I assigned some other folks on the team to do as well. It's called the YouTube Marketing Strategy course, right? And this kind of goes through hashtags, it goes through video length, it goes through monetization. There's a whole bunch of just really good stuff about YouTube because we have a podcast. 96 episodes in. If you're currently watching, make sure you like and subscribe on our YouTube channel. We appreciate you. We need to get to 1,000 within this calendar year to help us monetize the YouTube channel and take it to the next level. Make sure you like and subscribe. But in that course, learn tons of stuff. But one for sure thing that I know I've been doing for like probably a year now is putting hashtags in the description.
Mhm.
And inside of this course, they say explicitly,
That's a high pitch.
they
Explicitly.
say explicitly, do not put hashtags in the description because YouTube sees that as hashtag stuffing, and it will rank your video lower because you're purposely trying to rank it higher by kind of cheating, right?
Understood.
Right. It has a section that says tags in YouTube. Those are the hashtags basically. But I was putting the tags and I was putting hashtags inside of the description. So it was like, we don't like what you're doing.
Mhm.
So I don't know if that's the thing that's been stopping our YouTube channel from taking off. But in my head, I was like, oh my gosh, I failed the team. It's been me the whole time. Right? I was like, oh goodness. So I went back, started to delete some hashtags. Still have a lot to do because there's hundreds of videos on there. But that's one small thing that literally I was doing on autopilot. So much so I believe I was even telling the queen, like, oh, you need to put hashtags in your videos. I don't know where I got this information from, but I thought it to be true. And I was
Mhm,
doing it 100% because I thought that was helping. But come to find out, a year, maybe 2 years down the road, that action may have actually been hurting me,
mhm.
right? So really think about what's something that you do on automatic. And maybe you're one course away, you're one YouTube video away, one connection with the person talking through to learn it and actually find out that was the wrong thing to do. And that's not a bad thing. Like I'd rather have learned it now. I almost didn't assign that to myself. I was almost like, oh, I'll just assign it to someone else. They'll do it. They can teach me this stuff. But I was like, you know what, Devon? You should learn this too. Go ahead and take the course. I almost didn't finish the course. I was like, how do I really want to do this? And I was like, yes, your boss Asana said to do it. Go ahead and take the course. So I'm glad I actually did it because who knows if that is the one thing that's stopping us. I doubt, but if
It's
that
probably
is the
not
one,
one
it's
thing.
probably not one thing. But if that is one thing that helps us get 200 views, 1,000 views on our videos now instead of the 50, 80 that we're used to getting, I think that's a good ROI,
Mhm.
right? And again, never would have known if I didn't take the course. So do one thing this week, do one thing this month that exposes you to more knowledge or more people that maybe can help you shift your mindset. Queen.
Um, for me, I couldn't think of like a habit, but I just know that we have over the years have acquired a lot of different business ventures.
It's a
And
fact.
I think you know, the late last year, late 2021, early 2022 had some kind of tough conversations on like, okay, like we need to really narrow down and focus. Like we've been
Mhm.
doing some things just because we said we would and because we've been doing it. And, is it actually getting us closer to our goal? Thank you for tuning in to the True Health Forever podcast. We hope you learned something valuable that you can take and implement into your life. Now, we've all heard that sharing is caring, and this podcast is no exception. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend, a family member, a coworker, a stranger walking down the street, anybody who you think can level up from this message. As always, we appreciate your support, and we'll talk to you next week. Be well.